The 16th annual Cattle Barons Ball is coming up on September 14th. Joining us now is Sherry Jaden, the Cattle Barons Ball director, and we're so honored to have a Cattle Barons Ball ambassador, Bailey Lange, and her mother and father, Jeanette and Jason Lange. First of all, thank you so much for getting up this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to get to Bailey's story here. So, Sherry, tell us about what we can expect coming up at Cattle Barons Ball and what an ambassador does for this event.
Well, this will be our 16th year for Cattle Barons Ball, and it's September 14th at the new Wilson Logistics Arena at the fairgrounds. It's going to be a really exciting evening, but on top of that, our mission focus this year is childhood cancer. And actually, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, so it all fits together. So we thought it would be nice to recruit a child from Springfield who's gone through the journey, and we were introduced to Bailey through our Hope Lodge staff in St. Louis because they stayed there last year, and so we met and I heard her story, and when you hear it, it's going to get you. But so Bailey's our ambassador this year, and so she's kind of doing a press junket for us up until the event to tell her story and share this story of hope and faith that she has.
Right.
So we're very proud of her.
Well, Bailey and Mom and Dad, if you wouldn't mind, Bailey, you're 15 years old. So tell us a little bit about, your journey with cancer and Hope Lodge.
So when I was 13, I got diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma, and
it caught us by surprise,
Right.
Because you'd just been tired.
I was going to ask, how did you detect it? How did they find it?
Well, you had been sick at Valentine's Day, and how were you? You weren't feeling horrible though.
nope, just tired, very
Just
tired.
tired?
Very tired. And unlike your personality, are you pretty go, go, go? And then for you to
Yeah.
be so tired, you're like, what is this?
We had just moved into a house across town by Rutledge Wilson and had neighborhood kids that were so kind to come over, and she just kept saying, I'm too tired to go play.
Oh, wow.
And we just thought that was weird because she is so friendly. But 9 days after we moved, we came in after church on a Wednesday night, and she's like, oh, Mom, I keep forgetting to show you this. And she pulled her hair back, and she had huge lymph nodes. They were just hugely swollen. And we just had not been able to see it because her hair was
Right.
my length and always this. And so I immediately called Jason and said, you need to probably take her in because if we have to wait for a doctor's appointment, who
It's gonna
knows
be
how
too
long
long.
that'll take.
Yeah.
So
And so you never think the worst case scenario. So you just go in, and we waited for about almost 4 hours. And they thought the same thing. It's probably mono or some kind of infection. They did a blood test and they left the room. So we were chatting, and she wasn't feeling great, but about 1:15 in the morning, the doctor came in, and kind of things got busy really fast, and he began to ask me some questions, and he could realize that I was tracking with him. And I walked over to the computer, and he says, I think we're dealing with cancer. We need to do an x-ray right now. And so they brought the x-ray machine in, and when they did the x-ray, it was like looking at one of those old tube TVs. All you saw was gray and white, gray and white. And they said, now it's time to do a CAT scan. So about 2, 3 in the morning, that's when I called Jeanette, and she came down, and they did the CAT scan, and massive tumors in her lungs and all in her neck. And they said, we can wait around here for a few weeks, or I really think she needs to go to either St. Louis Children's or Kansas City now. And so we prayed, and our pastor and our church has been so supportive. He came down, and we prayed, and we said St. Louis is definitely the way to go, closest to our family, and makes friends and family able to get there quickly. And so by Thursday morning, which a few hours later, Jeanette and Bailey were on their way to Barnes, St. Louis Children's, to begin a whirlwind process. And a few days later, she was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Wow.
I mean,
You've let us, we're at a loss for words because we're so happy. Okay, can we skip to the Hope Lodge, how your stay was, and how amazing she's doing now?
well, one of the things every parent is trying to figure out is how do we afford care? And some of your first rounds were at the hospital, first rounds of chemo were at the hospital, but then by that time her body had adjusted, and they said, okay, we want you to be outpatient. And we're thinking, where do we stay? And the Ronald McDonald House was booked and had a long waiting list. And the social worker told us about the American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge. We'd never heard of it. And it had originally only been for adults, but in just the previous few months, they had lowered the age to 12. And so she asked, would you be willing? And Bailey and I discussed it and decided this is a go. So the first night, how did you feel?
It was very comfortable. The bed was nice. There was a separate room that had a TV and a couch. It just felt like a living space and not a hospital room.
Right. So can I ask just quickly, how long was your treatment and how are you doing today?
Treatment was around 6 months long, counting chemo and radiation. And today I'm cancer-free. I feel quite healthy. We just had a CAT scan in St. Louis, and everything's good.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Hallelujah.
Yes, it's definitely worth praising the Lord about. It's great.
Right.
Yes.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle, and the Hope Lodge helped them so much because it's expensive.
Yes.
Cancer, and you want to get your daughter treated, the best possible treatment, and this outcome is the best possible outcome.
Absolutely.
And they're not calling it remission, they're calling it cured.
cured.
Wow.
And if I probably was a skeptic of does your money for cancer research do anything?
Right.
But they have some amazing treatments, and the doctors there and the people at Hope Lodge were just so kind in every step of the way.
Oh my word.
Awesome.
We are so happy for you.
And we're so happy you're the ambassador of Cattle Barons. What a powerful, moving story, and you're cured, and it's just all good things happening.
And you don't know how many people you're probably helping by telling your story today. There's somebody watching who might need to hear this and might take advantage of the Hope Lodge and the American Cancer Society and everything they're doing. Thank you so much. It's so great to see you. Thank you for sharing the story.